Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamundama here in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. I want to thank you so very much for, joining me this evening for part 12 of our 64 Yogini series. Tonight we're going to be honoring the goddess Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi is essentially a form of Lakshmi. 2023 is drawing to a close, and so this is a wonderful time to celebrate the coming year with a puja to both Ma Lakshmi, the preserver, the goddess of good fortune, and also Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. Start out with a couple of announcements. So this coming Tuesday at 7 o'clock for our weekly scriptural satsang, I'm going to be sharing with you the Durga Apad Uttara Ashtaka Stotram. This translates roughly to the praise of Ma Durga that saves us from danger. And so this will be a devotional hymn to Ma Durga. And then next Friday at 7 p.m., it'll be be the start of the new month. So I'll be doing our monthly Cha practice. The one that I'll be sharing with you is called the Kusali Sog, which means the sacred beggar's feast. And per request, I'm going to be trying something a little bit different with this one. Traditionally, Cha is done with a drum and a bell and a thigh bone trumpet. And I'm going to do something a little bit different because the drum especially does not necessarily work for everybody, nor does the louder bell. And so I'm still going to use the thigh bone, but it's going to be done primarily a cappella, except for the use of a very soft bell tone at certain points of it. So I think this will be interesting just to compare this variation, how it's being presented, with some of the others that I've shared with you. So both of these are 7 p.m. On YouTube. You can also join us at our temple, 1260 South Xavier Street, again, Tuesday for our meditation and Friday for the Cha. So let's talk about the goddess Vaishnavi, the 12th of the Chausati or 64 Yoginis. I want to say namaste to Kim and to Jamie and to Bryce who are joining right now, and anybody else who happens to be tuning in. Please feel free to say a little hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. So Vaishnavi is also one of the Ashtamatrika, one of the 8 little mother goddesses, and she is actually the 4th of the Matrika goddesses. So Vaishnavi, the spiritual path surrounding Vishnu, the preserver, and his 10 incarnations, is called Vaishnava. And so this is the Shakti of Vaishnava, the feminine counterpart of Lord Vishnu. So she's therefore a form of Ma Lakshmi. As I said before, her male counterpart is Lord Vishnu, who holds the function of preserver in the universe. So like him, she is typically shown dark complected. She's beautiful, very usually with 4 hands, which she bears such instruments as the conch, the chakra or discus, the gada or mace, the padma or lotus. And we typically see Lakshmi associated with lotuses as well. And then she's depicted as sitting upon the eagle, the divine messenger Garuda. And so here is a traditional image of Ma Vaishnavi. So we see her on her mount, Garuda. She's holding the discus, represents the cycles of time, the conch. And so the conch can be sounded as as the beginning of a ritual to bring things into order, and also sounded at the end of the ritual to release our intentions into the universe. The conch, in its spiraling shape, also represents the outward expansion of creation. The mace, or gada, we see for for the destruction of ignorance. And there's the lotus, symbolic of both purity, wisdom. And as I've said many times before, think of the lotus growing up out of the mud and the muck at the bottom of a pool up toward the sun, and how that really symbolizes our own spiritual processing. So going through this state of inner and very often outer purification as well. The blue color shows that she is otherworldly. She's a divine being. And also blue is also indicative of her protective aspect. And then in this modern image, we see the asana that she's in, this being a position of victory. Show you a couple of other pictures. So there's this one where she's holding the discus and the conch, and she's also displaying the mudras of dispelling fear and of giving boons as well. And here's another modern image of Vaishnavi upon Garuda. So here's another modern image. This is one of our altar pieces, and she's showing a mace-like axe for smashing through obstacles, and also a noose for binding ignorance. And again, we see those two mudras as well. This conical crown is symbolizes victory, but it also shows that this is a South Indian image, and we see temples from that part of India where the spire looks very much like this crown. And we see that same mace-like axe being carried by Lord Ganesha. And again, it's very customary to honor both of these deities in times of new beginnings, especially the new year, and also for starting any new endeavors. So to say a bit more about Vaishnavi, and I'll be referring to her Chosati image from Hirapur in just a little bit. So she's associated with wealth, prosperity, and good fortune. She's associated with a plant called the Vajavriksha, which means the royal tree. It's a member, actually, it looks like a tree, but it's actually a member of the legume family, and it's famous for its yellow flowers. And yellow, very often we see Vaishnavi clothed in yellow, and yellow is a color, think of gold, is a color associated with prosperity and good fortune. This plant is also used for the treatment of fevers in Ayurvedic medicine. The color yellow, which we see her clothed in, is also associated with knowledge and learning as well. Vaishnavi, in the lore of the Ashtamatrika, is the destroyer of the demon Moha, who is the personification of ignorance. And so through her, ignorance is then transformed into wisdom. just looking through some things in my notes I've already mentioned. Her bij mantra or seed mantra is Room, and we'll be using that for our fire puja. We'll be using the seed mantra Gam for Lord Ganesha. And then we'll also be using her Gayatri mantra as her formal invocation, and also be sharing Ganesha's Gayatri as well. So again, welcome and namaste, and thank you so very much for joining me this evening. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position with your back straight. Maybe take a moment to focus upon the Hirapur image of Ma Vaishnavi. We see her standing upon Garuda. Again, it's hard to tell what she may have been holding, maybe lotuses, maybe those mudras of dispelling fear and giving boons, maybe holding something like a discus or a mace. But like her function as a preserver, just think of the endurance, the fact that this image has been around for roughly 1,000 years. So as you breathe deeply, I invite you to focus on your heart center. And what another thing that this form of the Divine Mother is very much associated with is attaining goals. So I invite you to think of something that you would like very much to accomplish in the upcoming year, 2024. Something you're planning, something you're wishing for, something that needs to happen that year. And also taking a moment to thank the Divine Mother for those things that you have, those resources that you have, and express the wish that you always have those things that are so important to you. And so I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And let's begin our practice by chanting 3 seed syllables. First, Om, the great creative vibration. Gam, the seed mantra of Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. And Room, the seed mantra of Ma Vaishnavi. So keeping a relaxed gaze on your screen. Take an inhale. Inhale, Gam. Gam. Inhale room. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavistam Gatopiva Yashmade Pundarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. Om Shuklam Bharadhanam Vishnum Seshivanam Shatubhijam Prasnavaranam Dayat Sava Vignopasantaye. Jai Ganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Padam Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Ve Namah. Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamae Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Mrichur Mukshyamamritahat. Om Namah Shivaya. Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Bishvesvara Kitve Vishvam Tvamishora Devi Chachara Charasya. Om Tarkish Yathvajaya Vidmahe Chakra Hastaya Dimai Tanon Vaishnavi Prachodayat. Jema Vaishnavi. Om to the victorious force of reason, whom we know, the power of the lightning discus, whom we contemplate. Through Vaishnavi, we are enlightened. Jema. 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 Om Gam Rum. 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 Kapuragodam Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujigendra Haram Sada Santam Hridayada Vinde Bivam Bivani Saitam Namami Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Vishvesvara Pe Vishvam Tvamishora Devi Chachara Charasya Om Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. Om Chakdantaya Vidmahe Vakrastandaya Dhimai Tanodanti Prachodayat. Om. We know the one with the single tusk. May we meditate on the one with the curved trunk. May that tusked one illuminate our path and enlighten us. Jai Ganesha. Jai Ganesha. Jai Ganesha. Om Gam Svaha. 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 Jai Ganesha. Om Gam Ganapataye. Namo Namaha. Jai Ganesha. Jai Ganesha. Jai Ganesha. Om Tarkish Yathvajaya Dividmae Chakrahastaya Dhimahi Tanon Vaishnavi Prachodayat. Om to the victorious force of reason whom we know, the power of the lightning discus whom we contemplate. Through Ma Vaishnavi we are enlightened. Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Om Rum Svaha. 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 Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Jai Ma Vaishnavi. Jai Ganesha Deva. It is often said that this is a time to ring out the old and ring in the new. So I invite you now to look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze and meditate both upon our fire and upon our images of Lord Ganesha, Ma Vaishnavi. Think of those things that no longer serve you and imagine them being given to the fire as a personal offering. And as Ma Vaishnavi transforms ignorance into wisdom, so feel those energies that you're offering being transformed into those things that you need for the coming year. Let ignorance be transformed into wisdom. Let weakness become strength. Let sickness become healing. Let insecurity become confidence. Let strife become peace. And feel the energy of the remover of ignorance and the remover of obstacles. Feel it gathering inside you to guide you and to strengthen you in this year which is to come. Jai Ganesha. Jai Ma Vaishnavi Devi. Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Bhavatu Sanao Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Devi. Jai Ma Vaishnavi Yogini. Namah. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. And namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me. And Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I thank you so very much for joining me. Once again, thank you especially to Kim, to Jamie, who was actually an inspiration to this puja because she is a great devotee of Lord Ganesha. Namaste, and thank you to Bryce. Also want to remember Nafia and her family and wishing them the best, all the best for 2024. So I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday for our Durga praise and meditation. Have a wonderful new and safe New Year's ahead. And I look forward to seeing you in 2024. Thank you again. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ganesha. Have a good night.